What is up, guys? It is October 1st, officially Halloween season. Not my very favorite time of the year, but very close. Love the fall, love the atmosphere and the feeling, and Halloween is an awesome holiday. Gonna open this up. Halloween Ultra 4K Steelbook from Best Buy. Yeah, it's a Best Buy exclusive, and it looks awesome. I saw some unboxings, and I wasn't gonna get this, you know, I already have this movie on Blu-ray, but I was like, I'm gonna upgrade. This is awesome. Look at Michael Myers on the front there. You have the leaves going on over here. That is awesome. There's the back, Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis, Scream Queen from the 70s. Original Halloween. I mean, this is awesome slip. Right there. Shiny finish on the front, classic Michael Myers. In the back you have the fall leaves there. Regular Blu-ray from the last one, same artwork and everything, and then Ultra 4K right there. Nice. And looks like the fall leaves that continue from the front there. I love it. Awesome. I'm totally glad I upgraded, and definitely going to watch this on Ultra 4K. I actually plan to watch a scary slash horror film every day in October. Let's see if I could do it. William Shatner, Zombie Mask, Halloween. Absolutely classic. Alright, now I'm going to show you guys my complete and entire scary slash horror movie collection, which is, you know, it's alright, it's fine, but if you want to see someone who really collects horror films and is into the horror genre, Terror for Tom is your man. I'm going to put his link down below. Check out his channel. Awesome stuff. And my favorite of the horror movie franchises, if that's a thing, Halloween. I didn't go for the big box one that came out with the unrated producer's cut of Halloween The Curse of Michael Myers, and I actually waited for this till it was in the, I think I bought this for like $24.99 or $19.99 when it was on sale at Best Buy, so glad I waited. And it has 2 Blu-ray cases, original Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, Halloween 4, one of my favorite Halloweens. It's not a popular opinion, but I love the return of Michael Myers. The characters and the atmosphere is just awesome in that film. I would put it as my second favorite. Halloween 2 is my third, so on and so forth. Halloween 5 was okay. And then we kind of get into the not so good Halloween films, but still some of them are enjoyable. I really like Halloween H2O with Jamie Lee Curtis, if that's the one. And the first Rob Zombie film is okay. The second one isn't horrible. It's probably the worst of all the Halloween films. Along with that set, I bought Halloween The Curse of Michael Myers. I still haven't seen it yet, but I plan to watch it this October. The unrated producer's cut. See if I can get through all the Halloween films this October. We'll see. Halloween, the latest one that came out. I was pretty disciplined on this. I didn't buy the Steelbook or the Everything Blue release when it came out. Just stuck to the Ultra 4K with a nice slipcover here, which I like. And it wasn't my favorite Halloween, but I really liked that they just forgot about Halloween 2 through H2O or Halloween 666, whatever, and decided that they were going to basically erase all that, and all that happened was the first Halloween and this film, which is pretty awesome, I thought. I didn't like certain aspects of this film, but I did like it, and I've only seen it once, so I do want to watch this again for sure. This is the thing that bothers me about horror and why it's not my favorite genre. We have horror, we have suspense, atmospheric films, so it's hard to kind of stamp down what is a horror film. Obviously this is an atmospheric film and not a horror film, but it's still kind of in the fun, scary films. And I haven't seen the whole thing. Hocus Pocus, just bought this Steelbook. This is going to be the first movie I watch on October 1st, kind of a soft opening, some fun stuff that has to do with Halloween. Can't wait to watch it. The Nightmare Before Christmas, Tim Burton classic stop animation. Is it horror? Is it suspense? It's definitely atmospheric. Is it a Christmas movie? Is it a Halloween movie? I don't know, but it's good, so I put it in there as part of my horror collection. 12 Monkeys, Arrow Video. Like this movie a lot. Again, I don't know if it's horror, but I put it in there. So this is definitely atmospheric, definitely horror. Trick or Treat. Watch this film every October. Definitely going to watch it again one of these nights. And now we're going to get into the Universal Classics. Definitely going to watch Dracula. I've not seen this film, and I've had this Blu-ray for a while, so classic Dracula film. Frankenstein, Universal Classic. Horror, awesome. The Wolfman. I think that's all I have for the Universal Classics. That's all that I've found out, at least. The Wolfman, Emily Blunt, and Anthony Hopkins, Benicio del Toro. Remake of the original Universal. This was very bloody from what I remember, but didn't like it as much as the classic, that's for sure. And the classic zombie film that started it all, Night of the Living Dead, Criterion Blu-ray. Bought this right when it came out during the sale. Awesome film. And my only other horror Criterion, just a grisly, horrifying film. And I've only seen it twice, I think, but definitely excellent. Anthony Hopkins, Jodie Foster, Silence of the Lambs. And I have 2 copies of this film, definitely up there in the top 5, if not the top 3. Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. Just a great atmospheric film, tense throughout the whole film, and horrifying. And I do have the Blu-ray Steelbook that I love. Probably one of my favorite Steelbooks out of this horror collection. The Shining with the door. Says Red Rum. And yeah, I did buy Dr. Sleep Steelbook, and I saw it and I wasn't impressed, so I sold it. But Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, just classic horror. My A24 horror films, which is not a lot. I'm actually going to do a video about my relationship with A24, my love-hate relationship with that movie production company. That's all I'll say so far about that. But Hereditary, I believe this was the first A24 horror film I watched. It was probably The Witch, but when I saw this in theaters and the credits rolled, I had never experienced any. I had no idea what I had just watched. I was just like, what was that? And people love this film and see it as a horror classic. Ari Aster, great director. It just didn't do anything for me for some reason, which is the complete opposite of Midsummer that came out 2019. I bought this as a blind buy and watched it, and I was horrified for days after watching this film. It is just horrifying. I just couldn't get over it, and it was stuck in my brain for a while. So, terrifying movie. Maybe one of the most terrifying films I've ever seen in my life. The Lighthouse, I would put it as okay. Definitely great film. Black and white, going back to the old film technology of the early 20th century, which was interesting. The story was okay. This is all my opinion. The Witch, I had to see this again. My first impression of it was that I didn't like it, and it's been a few years since I watched it, so this is definitely going to be watched in October again. See if I actually like it this time around. This is probably my most sought after in my horror collection. I bought this a couple years ago at Best Buy, and there was only one left, so I lucked out. But Friday the 13th, these are great movies from the 80s. Let's see if I can open this. There's the back right there, Camp Crystal Lake. And there's a new Friday the 13th coming out from Scream Factory, which looks pretty amazing. We have the booklet inside there and some other things. And definitely want to watch as many Friday the 13th movies. I just kind of randomly throw in a Friday the 13th movie every now and then, maybe every Friday the 13th. And I can see why people like these films. They're just funny at times, horrifying at other times, and Jason is just classic horror characters. And I also bought the original Friday the 13th with a slipcover. You know what? I'll give a free digital HD away to the first person down below. I don't know what digital HD I'll give away. I'll try to look for a horror film or something. Of why this is wrong. What is wrong with this slipcover, and the reason why I bought this copy of Friday the 13th. And Friday the 13th again, the third copy of the same movie. I had to buy it on Steelbook when it came out. This is the 40th anniversary. Limited edition, still have yet to open it. So, and then, this one was for cheap at Best Buy. Friday the 13th, The Killer Cut. Alright, so actually the person who answers that question correctly first will get either one of these digital codes, whichever one they want. Scream, 3-film collection. Had this for a while, got it for really cheap from what I remember, but the original Scream is just a classic response to slasher films of the 80s like Halloween and Friday the 13th. Scream 2, not a lot of people like, but I actually liked it. It's been a while. And Scream 3, I don't remember much, but I remember that Jay and Silent Bob are in it for a cameo. I have to see that again. I'll probably put that on the list for October. And then Scream 4, I thought was great, actually. It had been a while since a Scream film came out, and I bought this one for cheap. It was a rental DVD packaging, so I put an extra Twilight Time case that was broken with it. Looks pretty good. And I haven't seen the Scream TV series at all. I don't know if it's good or not, but if I have the opportunity, I'll check an episode or two out for sure. And again, R.M. Night Shyamalan, I never say his last name right, movies, suspense or horror. I would say The Sixth Sense is horror, Unbreakable is suspense, The Village kind of in between, Lady in the Water is more suspense. I like his films. I do like, even Lady in the Water is okay to me. The Village I liked. People responded to The Village like, oh my gosh, you know, another surprise ending. That was kind of crap, but I actually liked it. And Split, M. Night Shyamalan, the second of the Unbreakable trilogy as it turns out, but really like James McAvoy in this. And then Glass, I've seen twice, probably see it again. I don't know if I like this. It was definitely a weird ending for sure. And a great classic ending in this one. And a good film, I thought. Kind of his comeback film, The Visit. And then we don't have to talk about this one much. The Happening. Probably his worst, I would say, in my opinion. And then we have the Omen collection. This one I bought for like $9.99, and it has all the Omen films in it, I believe. I know Shout Factory, Scream Factory came out with a newer version that looks awesome, and I never got the $40 one at Walmart, but still have this one, and I'm okay with it. Up next, classic. I sold my Evil Dead, but I do have Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness. Classic 1980s horror flicks. And then awesome film, I think. It's been a while since I've seen this. Gonna put this on the October watch list for sure. The Blair Witch Project. When that film came out and people watched, it was a great film, theater experience. And then we have It, that just came out recently. Good horror, pretty strong horror. And then It Chapter 2. Not a bad sequel in my opinion. Not too many people like this. I think that's an unpopular opinion, but I liked It Chapter 2. And The Exorcist. I have all the Exorcist films in here, all 4 of them. And I have yet to see 2 through 4. I have definitely seen the first one, and it is horrifying. Great film, though. And I bought this recently, The Exorcist Director's Cut, Extended Director's Cut. Definitely going to watch this October. And the Steelbook is pretty awesome as well. Child's Play. I guess this is a franchise as well, a horror franchise with Chucky. Bought this for cheap as well. It was for sale, and it has all 7 Chucky movies, which I have not seen. I've seen a lot of them, though. I would say the first 3 or 4 I've seen. Definitely try to check out the ones I haven't this October if I can. The most recent of the Child's Play films in that franchise, voiced by Mark Hamill, so I'm definitely putting this on the must-watch list for October. It looks like some horror fun. Hopefully it's funny as well as scary. It's going to be awesome to watch. It's the Conjuring franchise, starting with The Conjuring. This movie scared the crap out of me. Good classic horror film, atmospheric, frightening. It's what you want out of a horror film. And a good follow-up, Conjuring 2 with The Nun. And then we're getting into some not so good films from that franchise, The Nun. Alright, I just saw this, and you know, it's okay, they're fine, nothing special. Annabelle, same thing, kind of same story, I think. Nice slipcover though, bought these at Walmart for cheap a while back. Annabelle Creation, and the Annabelles just kind of keep getting a little better and better each time, and Annabelle Comes Home. Now we're getting into my least favorite genre of horror movies, and that is just gory, bloody violence for whatever reason. And I have seen the original Saw, and these are all the unrated versions. I bought this a long time ago on Blu-ray for like $8.99 with a digital code, and I saw the original Saw. I have yet to see the other ones, Maybe I'll throw them in October one of these nights. We'll see. I definitely do want to watch Jigsaw. Just came out recently and bought this in the bin for like $4.99, so definitely watch this one this October. Again, I hate these type of gory films, but looks interesting, you know, Jigsaw returning and all that stuff. And another gory, bloody film that I bought that I might not ever watch. I've only seen it once when I was a kid, and it is horrifying. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Classic horror. Leatherface, chainsaw, the hook. I mean, just brutal, brutal stuff. And hopefully I can bring myself to watch it someday, but I just love the Steelbook, you know. Children of the Corn. This is a film I would watch from the 80s. I saw it when I was a kid and it scared me. It's definitely, from what I remember, my favorite elements of horror. Atmospheric, out there in the middle of nowhere type of film. See how I like it. I remember Linda Hamilton's in this. I don't know if this is her first film. She's very young in this film, so definitely putting this on the October list to watch. And these are kind of 70s, 80s horror films. Poltergeist scared me when I was a kid. And then most fascinating part of this film is the idea of it being cursed, with Steven Spielberg involved, and the actors, some of them dying mysteriously, and just kind of weird stuff. And I saw the remake and it was okay. I don't think it was good as the original, but I think I'm going to watch this October. It's been a couple years. And then Blind Buy is over here. Sleepaway Camp. Never seen it, but it's a Scream Factory release, and I bought it for cheap on Amazon. Sleepaway Camp 3. Nice slipcover. I don't have 2. Maybe if I find a good deal, I'll buy it someday. Haven't seen this yet. I'll put it on the October list. Reanimator. Haven't seen this either, and I know nothing about it. I just bought it on an Arrow Video sale, I think from Family Video. The Black Cat. Seen pieces of this one. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. 1980s. I think this is late 70s, and I definitely want to see this in October. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Classic horror. Looks like an awesome film. And some Scream Factory double features. Try and watch these in October. The Outing and Godsend, never seen them. And then Murders in the Rue Morgue and the Dunwich Horror double feature Scream Factory release. Just bought this one. It came in through Amazon, Nosferatu, and this is a 70s remake. I believe it was in the 70s or maybe late 60s. I'm gonna do a double feature. I just had the DVD come in of the original film. I didn't want to buy the Blu-ray because it's up there pretty expensive in the $20 region. So the DVD that came in is so scratched up it's unplayable. So hopefully I'll get my money back for that. But I definitely, when I get a good copy of the original, want to do a double feature of Nosferatu. Haven't seen this. Definitely put this on the list. The Last Exorcism. And I believe there's a sequel to this, so I heard this was good. I'll definitely check this out. Land of the Dead, George A. Romero. I do not have Dawn of the Dead, the remake, or the original. I did sneak a Dawn of the Dead full film on YouTube for free. It's hard to get the Blu-ray copy of the original, so... And I like the Dawn of the Dead early 2000s remake. I thought it was pretty solid. Still gonna watch this hopefully in October. The Others, saw this in the theater a long time ago with Nicole Kidman. Pretty solid horror film. A lot like The Sixth Sense, which came out before it, but other than that, I thought it was alright. Just bought this. Looks like a horror film. Could be suspense, but Kevin James as a bad guy. Check that out. Critters Attack. Never seen a Critters film. Bought this on Black Friday for like $5 with the slip. Scream Factory. Haven't seen this yet. I've had this for a while, so I should try and watch it in October. The Editor. It Follows. Great film. Awesome horror film in my opinion. Came out last 3 or 4 years, I think. World War Z. Zombie film with Brad Pitt. And again, is this horror? Is this suspense? Ask Terror for Tom. I have no idea. Seven. Awesome classic film from the 90s. Morgan Freeman, Brad Pitt, Gwyneth Paltrow. What's in the Box? Kevin Spacey's in it. And David Fincher film. One of my favorite directors of all time. Director of Fight Club. Quiet Place. Definitely suspenseful, horrifying at times, so I'll put it under my horror genre collection. Can't wait to see part 2. It's supposed to come out this year, but you know, the pandemic. And again, I had the Mondo Steelbook. Couldn't help myself. Of Quiet Place, great film. Just awesome. I've seen it 3 times now, I think. Zombieland, upgraded to 4K on this, still haven't opened it. Watched it on Blu-ray, sold to Steelbook. Awesome classic zombie film, I think. And then Double Tap. Pretty cool follow-up, kind of laughable at times, but fun stuff. Us, awesome Steelbook follow-up to Get Out, not really related, just the same director, Jordan Peele. And this is an interesting film for sure. I only seen it once, and I plan to watch it in October. It's definitely on the list. And I have seen Get Out a couple of times. Actually sold my copy. Might get it back though. Definitely a great horror flick. Alright guys, that is it for this one. Not a huge horror collection, and definitely not my favorite genre, but I do enjoy the horror suspense film every now and then. Have a great October. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you on the next one.